Good evening, lovely people. 'Tis the season to be jolly, and we're here in Bahrain for round 17 of the Contest of Speed Season 8 Championship. Matt is alongside me. He's on time this week.
Makes a change.
It does, doesn't it?
Finished work early, actually. So.
Nice steady.
To be here. I know.
Steady. And as per on a Monday night, or as it seems to be nowadays, Matt and I will be keeping you up to date not only with the qualifying and race that is before us, but also Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I'm going to need to watch my language because I just realised I'm going to be on stream.
If anybody is at all interested and fancies a bet, Matt's team are playing tonight, and they have the lead, but they're not particularly impressive so far.
I believe the phrase, I can't repeat, but it's something house performance so far from the men in red. So.
Yes. Sneaky Tom, the first man to cross the line, and let's jump on board for a lap of the Sakir circuit. Heading up then towards turn 1. Very, very heavy on the brakes here. Through the hairpin. This is the apex a little bit, but you can get away with it through the kink of 2. You've got to be careful on the power. And again, the even smaller kink of 3. DRS, first of 3 DRS zones. Heavy braking again, then 4, where we saw Verstappen and Hamilton side by side. So long ago. It was March, wasn't it? Turns 5, 6, and 7. Down the hill then for another hairpin of turn 8. Before we climb back up again, ready to drop down into 9 and 10. Very difficult corner because you're trying to brake on a curve, which is not normally advised. Second DRS zone then, as we head through the middle of sector 2 now towards turn 11. A long swooping left-hander, climbing back up that hill again, and into blank curve, turn 12. You want to avoid that curve on the inside, or you'll be spinning all around. 13 then leaves you with a long straight down to the final 2 corners. Turn 14, and then I don't know why, but that little tiny kink there turns 15. It's not 15. It's still part of 14. And then the final DRS zone, of course, down the main straight. That's Sneaky Tom with a 1:27.0 to kick things off, narrowly beating JRN, and indeed his teammate splits the pair of them. Good lap from Blades there, straight off the bat. This should be a simple one-stop as well tonight for everybody. We're dry weather all the way, as you would expect, in a desert. So we should have nothing to worry about.
No, I was just watching around the lap. You know, Bahrain's one of those circuits that is quite enjoyable to drive, and also hasn't really let us down in terms of interesting races. Plenty of overtaking opportunities around the lap. Turn 1, turn 4, turn 8 if you're feeling brave, turn 10 if you're feeling even braver, and we are probably looking now into turn 14 as well.
Yeah, 11 you can probably get one if you're very close behind with the DRS, and then 14 would be the last one. We've seen some people manage to play the system a little bit and use an overtake into turn 14 to get themselves DRS to escape down the main straight, and then we've used people give up a position in order to get DRS to overtake the driver that was behind them.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. That's a very touchy subject after the weekend. About letting drivers pass and not letting drivers pass to get DRS, etc.
Well, you know, let's not get bogged down with who did what to who. I'm going to let you do the housekeeping while Arsenal are on attack.
Yeah, well, thank you. How did you find yesterday? What was?
I don't think it's a secret where my loyalties lie. And
Do you
it's with
feel
neither of
disappointed?
those two. I am disappointed with the result in terms of who won. However, the right person won, and in my opinion, the correct penalties were given out for said incidents.
That was very political of you, and yeah, fair enough. We'll move on to the housekeeping before some kind of Twitter/Twitch chat
before we cause an international incident.
Yes, basically.
Move on.
Yeah. We will move on. Housekeeping this evening. We have a couple of reserves. Rack is in the Mercedes, swapping in for Steve, who... Steve is here and then not here, then here and then not here. That's my best way to describe it.
Steve's like Batman, isn't he?
Yes.
Not in the sense of being like the macho superhero, but in the sense of like 1 minute you'd see Bruce Wayne, and then the next minute you think, where is he? You know, either that or like Clark Kent whenever Superman's around. I wouldn't be surprised if Steve has an alter ego, some sort of vigilante on the streets of Britain. Maybe he goes around clubbing Insulate Britain protesters.
This is getting way too political already. Let's move on. Camping Ducks is in for Joseph in the Alpine.
He is.
Calcio Silva should be in the Alfa Romeo replacing Jacko. So there should be...
It should be 17. Calcio's having an issue with his... He was having an issue with his download, I think. For the
well, he's joined the session, but for some reason seems confused how to get in the car. Which I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it's not difficult.
Is that Ben Godfrey kicking another one of your players?
Probably, and you'll have to serve a session again, so that's probably good. We'll try again. We'll carry on. We've got 16 though. That's the important thing.
16 drivers.
16
at the moment.
And it is close.
It is very close. The significant absentee tonight is the Wizard in the Red Bull, not there to support his teammate, who we are watching now on his first run of the evening. 9.5
top
minutes
of the
to go.
championship.
Yes.
On 199 points.
Yes, and if I'm not mistaken, they're also tied on race wins.
No, they're not.
Are they not?
So Jack should be ahead on wins. This is what the whole... I think the only reason why he's not ahead is because because down on the penalty points, Luke is 0 to 4 in Luke's favour.
Ah. Well,
that's how the thing works on the website. It's very weird, but yes. I just roll with it.
Looking at Jack's times at the moment, he's not setting the world alight in the first sector. Middle sector was good, 37.1 there. Which puts him on par with the leaders, as we would expect.
I've seen Jack's TT time is not too shabby from what I've seen. So low 26.
And it's 26.5 on the first run for Jack. A lot of that time coming in the final sector of the lap. We've got blank curves first victim. Who's that? That's one of the Astons. That's Sneaky Tom. The first victim of blank curve of season 8.
Gets one every single time we come here.
Yes, it does.
Without fail. But other than that, though, pretty close qualifying. You look second down to 8th is a quarter of a second.
Yeah. As we say that, Varda improves. 26.9 for him. Good lap from the Alfa Romeo. Let's have a look.
There's some decent bankers.
There are some very decent bankers. Not some great pace shown from the Ferraris as of yet. Raceway JJ set his time on mediums, as you can see there, as did... Fake Scouser is Bruce. That's Liverpool fan. He's changed his name.
I'm not sure why.
That's only because you've got to change all your spreadsheets.
Mhm. And he goes, "Oh, I've put it in the chat." Well, yeah, but you lot are just constantly just waffling in the chat, so I don't see it.
I saw it. And I knew you'd be cross, that's why I said nothing. It's really
No,
funny. And then Reflux in as well, setting his time on the mediums. Luke and Blades looking to potentially go out on those tyres. But we'll get rid of that for now, and I want to have a look.
Luke once again is making this difficult for himself.
Yeah.
He's going to leave it down to possibly another one-shot qualifying, which is risky.
Bad. He's coming out now. He's coming out of the pit lane now, so he could get 2 runs in. I think Luke's got to be careful he doesn't walk into that ever so fateful trap of trying to beat Jack Hawkey outright on pace, because he isn't likely to do that at every race we've got left. But there is the possibility of retirements, mistakes, penalties, absences where people can pick up points. So he just needs to keep himself in the fight.
You say penalties, that it. Jack is on 4 penalty points, so he's only really 2 away from
Qualiman, yeah. Which would definitely put Luke at an advantage for whichever race that comes at. We saw the AlphaTauri of Reflux giving Sleeves a tow down the main start-finish straight. Sleeves currently in 12th place with a 28.8.
I hope the AlphaTauris have a good race tonight. They both struggled last week.
They did, yes.
At Portugal.
Yeah, and
but,
Sleeves
seem to be in amongst it. So
Sleeves has backed out of that one. Raceway JJ on a lap at the moment. Quarter of a second up on himself.
Could be interesting here. 26.5 is not quite enough.
Takes the fastest time through Sector 1 and Sector 2. It's Jack Hawkey's Lightning Sector 3 that keeps him ahead.
Which is interesting, because Sector 3 and Sector 1 is very, very similar.
You say that. Sector 1 has got your heavy braking and your traction. Sector 3 is just outright pace. So that will be...
Are you suggesting rotated. Jack's got a lower downforce setup, potentially?
Potentially, yes. Raceway JJ 27.7. As Barros goes third, 26.6, with a tow from his teammate.
They're getting closer.
Certainly are. Let's go across to the other Ferrari then of Luke, the championship, well, joint leader, we'll say for now, on 199 points. He's on the mediums, of course, so he's going to be looking to try and break the top 10 with those, so that he can start on them and get the advantage of going longer in his first stint. I'll be honest, I'm not sure how this is going to go for him. It's he's 28.4 through the first sector is not great. 38 flat. No, it's not. I mean, he improves, but only to 13th with a 28 flat, which at the start of the session we would have said was pretty good. Not now. Oh dear, Matt.
Oh, go. You don't need to just go, oh dear, because you always do that.
Oh dear. It's the white-haired Brazilian.
He's probably offside.
Oh yeah, there is always that.
Yeah, he could be offside again. Sorry.
When does it get applied through to him? Yeah, he is. He's off. I think it's going to be a toe. It's going to be a toe end, but I think he's offside.
Oh look, he's offside.
What a shame.
I mean, you think you would learn after the first one, wouldn't you?
Well, I don't know. We'll see if the leniency rules of giving it to the forwarder in play, I think, with that one. Looking at Rack's lap then, currently in P9, not where we would expect him to be on current form. Been challenging for race wins.
Rack's current form, let's have a look, shall we? Whilst we're talking about it.
I think he did. He did win in China, didn't he?
We've got to find him first, give me a second. 10th, 3rd, 1st and the 7th for the fastest lap, so 5 points finishes out of 5 races. He's currently on 49 points.
Yeah. Richarlison offside, by the way.
So he's averaging, let's call it 50. He's averaging 10 points a race, and if he's been here for all 16, he would be 160 points, which would put him 4th in the championship. So
yeah. He's definitely on form. Bails out of that lap, and that's going to be it. He's not going to have a chance to go again.
Neither is Luke. So Luke's on.
Well, Luke's on a lap now, I think.
He's not. He's going slowly because I'm pretty sure he's got no fuel.
Yeah, he's gone again on the mediums and run out of fuel. So Luke will be starting in 13th at best.
Oh no, Sleeves was wide. No, he was many tenths of a second up. He was half a second up.
Jack Hawkey improving again. What can our championship leader go for? Comes through the final corner. Heads towards the line. 26.3. JRN not out on a lap, so he's not going to improve it. Varda then.
On a slow lap.
Yeah, he's had his second run, I think.
Shane's also on a slow lap. Oh, Blades had a massive moment through 12. Trying to push hard on the mediums and then invalidated. That is going to be it. I think Reflux is possibly going to... He's improving, but I don't think he's going to gain a position.
Bruce has managed to just nip through before the flag dropped. So we'll ride on board with him for this lap in his Haas and see what he can do. Currently in 4th place. 4 tenths is the magic number we're looking for in the top right. Half a tenth at the moment, give or take. So it's about 10% of the way there through the first sector. Looking at his previous times, Sector 2 is where he could work on finding a bit more pace. And then, of course, Sector 3 compared to Jack Hawkey is everybody's downfall. He's actually lost time in the middle sector, but he might be able to pull that back. Drives out of the final corner then, across the line with a improvement to go second. Still 2 tenths off the lead and off pole, but second place will do nicely. Front row of the grid for a Haas for the first time ever. Actually, no, have Haas ever had a front row start? That's something we need the wizard for. Because remember, at one point they were very good at qualifying. They had no race pace, but qualifying they were good.
Who was talking about in Real Blanc?
Yeah, real Hasses, yeah.
I believe they've had a second row, but I don't think they've had a front row.
I'm trying to think back to... Because I know
I'm pretty sure it's in that race where didn't Grosjean and Magnussen both retire because the pit crew couldn't put a tyre on their car properly.
In Australia, yeah. And then there was K-Mag, didn't he get... Was it 3rd or 4th at Austria? I think is their best result. So I might be mistaken, thinking they might have had a second, but I know obviously they've never had a pole, but anyway, Jack Hawkey then on pole position in the Red Bull. Bro second in the Haas. JRN third, Varda fourth, Sneaky Tom fifth, Shane at sixth, Pure Blade seventh, Rack in ninth, Reflux 10th. I can't see who was 8th. I believe it's Camping Docks. It is. It is Camping Docks in 8th. So while we're waiting for these guys to start, get their setups loaded, get the fuel on board, work out their strategies for the evening, it's a good time to mention all of our new partnerships with Contest of Speed, which we are very, very pleased with and are very proud to be a part of. They are with NordVPN, digitalmotorsport.com, SimLabs, and of course Fanatec. If you want to check out some of the deals and offers we have available that are exclusive to us, make sure you head over to our Discord server and you can find all the information there. You can also have a look on our website for links to special offer pages. So, tyres then, always the interesting discussion at the start of the race. Top 10 of course have to start on the tyres they're qualified on, so in this case that is soft tyres for everybody. Outside the top 10 they get free choice of tyres, do what they like, and it's a fairly even mix actually. You've got Raceway, JJ, Luke, Sleeves and Smithy on the medium tyres, then you've got Slaughter, Dan Hilton and Cacho Silva on the softs. Let's see if Cacho Silva's actually in the car. I hope he is.
I'm going to tell you, well, I don't know.
I think he is.
He is.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of it giving him that car automatically, but
yes. I know.
But I don't think it matters which car he's in, to be honest. It's more the fact that he's here to race.
Got a slight twitch, sorry.
That's fine, man. Kieran Tierney's gone off.
I know he has. Been replaced by Nuno Tavares, and Andre Gomez is on for Andros Townsend. How lovely. Can Jack be stopped? That is the question.
Well, we've seen in recent weeks.
The answer is yes.
Yeah, he can be. We've seen him show his mortality and his human side and make mistakes. We've also seen drivers such as Rack and Luke just outpace him. And of course,
we've had
China,
5. Sorry.
Yeah. Go on, Matt.
We've had 6 different winners in the last 6 races.
So we had Jack Hawkey.
If you can name all of them, I'll be impressed.
Jack Hawkey, Luke, Rack, Shane.
Yep.
Steve.
Nope.
Oh, I'm going back too far for Steve's, aren't I?
Bruce and Sneaky Tom.
Oh, of course. Right, let's get ready to go racing then. So lights out and away we go. It's a good start there from Jack at the front. Poor start from Bruce, but JRN charging up the inside, chops across the nose of the Haas. He's going to challenge into turn 1, is he? Looks like no, there's a McLaren.
Well, there's an Alpha Tower. He's missed his braking zone by miles.
JRN there, forcing himself on the inside. He's got boxed in with Sneaky Tom and Bruce.
Capital Silver's round.
As his Sleeves at the back there, but it's Varda and Blades battling for P7.
Keep yourselves in the race, gentlemen. It's a very long game, this one. 29 laps.
Yep, we've got wing damage throughout the field at the moment. We'll see how people can cope with that. Meanwhile, though, at the front, it's As You Were. Jack Hawkey from Sneaky Tom, and JRN, with Bruce dropping down to 4th place. Sneaky Tom, the big winner, really off the start right now.
I was going to say
Luke,
Sneaky Tom, Smithy, and Luke, all the fast starters. Luke probably the one that's going to be more happier here. Oh, Varda's run wide, and possibly got damage. I think
he has. Yeah. He's got
left
some
end plate.
Yep, left end plate. He's got a significant chunk of damage from somewhere, as has Slaughter and Rayflux. Catch up Silver as well with a little bit at the back of the pack. And the first 3 you would probably think are going to stop. Silver will probably carry on from where he is. Race leader then, Jack Hawkey, takes them over the line at the start. We've got Brewster challenging JRN for 3rd. Mercedes moving a little bit there.
Unfortunately for the guys at pit, I can see them only going on a 2-stop here from here.
Yeah, they're going to have to, I think, unless they go to the hard tyre, but going to the hard tyre is not a good idea.
JRN is not having any of it and has retaken 3rd place.
You say that. They're side by side going up towards turn 5. And Bruce concedes the position, but that's bringing Shane into the fight and allowing the 2 leaders to pull away slightly outside of the DRS range. Of course, with so many straights and then 3 DRS zones, the train is powerful around this circuit. And Sneaky Tom, incidentally, he's just on the cusp, starting to drop away from Jack Hawkey at the front.
I could probably guess how people lost their front wing, and I can guarantee you it is between turns 9 and 10 on the first lap.
Well, we had a couple before that, I think, from either battles at turn 2 and 3.
JRN's dropped it. Blank curve on the outside this time rather than the inside.
It's probably the best place to go, but he's going to have some
Blades
rather warm tyres.
Blades has dropped it, I think, out the exit of the corner, lost the place to Rack, which, not the end of the world. Camping Ducks has got a very awkward line out of the last corner. I think Rack's going to have him here. Blades in a good position, so is Luke, because the 2 guys in front of him are just burning the life out of their ERS, which isn't particularly smart.
No doubt burning through tyres as well, with all the little skirmishes people are going on.
JRN went deep to try and overtake Dan Hilton. Dan Hilton said, no, I'm going to have that position back, and Haas is still
Dan
ahead.
Hilton, I think, got him down the main straight. JRN trying to go back.
Oh, Camping Ducks and Rack side by side through 7. Blades is going to look to go. Oh, that's a dangerous sort of rejoin there by Camping Ducks, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, and Luke there now, ready to pounce.
Wow, great drive out the corner from Blades, to be fair, compared to Camping Ducks in front.
Yeah, and do you know, I'm intrigued to see. I want to know how Luke has managed to get 2.5 seconds worth of a gap over his teammate in such a short space of time when they're on the same strategy, and Luke started behind him.
He did. Luke also got a better start anyway and was ahead of Raceway JJ from the end of Sector 2. Blades is going to have to be careful, not run into the back of the Alpine in front, who's just about got DRS of the Mercedes, who's ferociously burnt all his ERS.
And here goes Blades, up to 6th place even, assuming he can hold it on the brakes, on the inside of the Alpine.
Out of road.
Yeah, well played from Blades. Luke going to challenge Camping Ducks. Not sure he will have it. Up towards turn 4, Camping Ducks is going to squeeze him to the inside, but the Ferrari will have the grip and
for road as well,
the ERS to be able to keep himself in contention for the position and indeed take it.
Bruce, meanwhile, set the fast lap in 3rd.
He did.
He's now within DRS of Sneaky Tom. However, compared to the 3 around him, he is 60% worse off on the ERS and is underfueled so far.
We're on board with a charging Pure Blades, which is something I've not said in a very long time. The young man,
I'm keeping stum.
he's doing a very good job so far. It is one of his preferred tracks, though, I would say that. And from what I understand, he's done some prep this week.
Just a little shakedown session before this evening. Nothing special. But...
No, all helps, man. You just got to get yourself in the groove, ready.
On the groove, in the mood.
Yeah, we might see a move with him here for P5. Rack goes to the inside very early and tucks back in behind Blades. But that should be job done for the time being, unless Rack has something to say about it as we head up towards turn 4.
Is George racing on his account?
No, he'd have been way out in front if that was the case. So you put that thought in my head now.
Sorry, I shared that.
Silly. So Bruce then, P3 on the back. And we've had a driver lose it. Is that Rack who's lost it? Coming out of turn 7.
Yeah, on the exit curve probably of turn 7. Oh no, is he... The Mercedes of ZJRN's done exactly the same thing. And got no front wing.
Yeah, both Mercedes going at the same corner. Jack Hawkey's 3 seconds up the road now from Sneaky Tom, Bruce and Shane.
That's still not enough of a gap for me.
No, it's not. He's not pieced out as much as we thought he might do.
I don't think it... It's one of those tracks where I don't think it is. I think they're all the same, really. They all have been.
Yeah, and I think the worrying thing, if we look at the gap to leader, is that Luke is only 8.5 seconds behind on that alternate strategy,
yeah.
And that's only going to get less as he moves
also,
through.
Luke's been in the majority of the time. Luke has been in dirty air.
He has, and it's. Well, I mean, if we're looking at tyre wear, then Jack Hawkey's worst tyre is 40%.
Oh, Sneaky Tom, Bruce around. Shane's just about avoided it. Blades is about to fight on with Luke again.
Luke's going to take P5.
Oh.
Yeah, Luke's going to take it.
Give him a nudge.
No damage though for either driver, thankfully. A little bit of damage on Bruce's car. I
would suspect that is front left.
It is indeed front left. Dan Hilton as well with some damage, currently in 11th place.
He's had that, I think, near the start, and to be honest, he's doing quite well to keep up with, considering who's in front of him.
Yeah, Luke and Blades trading positions. Again, they've dropped off. That little skirmish they had, costing them both around a second and a half to the leader.
1.8 seconds Luke is down on his personal best for the middle sector on arguably better mediums.
And this is where his race could come unstuck if he gets caught behind Blades for too long.
Shane has been released, more importantly, and
he has, and that's going to be something that Sneaky Tom's going to discover fairly quickly. As we see Raceway JJ come past a pitting Camping Docks, going for the early stop.
And Luke's back past Blades. Blades is then probably going to have a go into turn 4 if he's close enough.
Depends on the.
He's too far away, I think.
Yeah, he's going to be. He might try a lunge, but he's too far for that. Yeah. So first runners into the pits then. All going for the medium tyre.
I've also just seen he's going to be in a nice little gap to come out in as well. Some nice gaps developing here.
There are. So all those guys on the medium tyre. Which, do you reckon it'll make it from here?
I've not done enough long running.
It'll be a tough ask, I think, but it's possible.
Well, the thing is, I was thinking of doing a 2-stop last week because that's what I felt more comfortable with, and then having watched everyone else race in the week, I changed my mind and went a 1-stop because, average pit delta is 24 seconds, so the leaders at the moment
would come out behind Smithy.
Yes, there's a nice 10-second gap between Smithy and Sleeves. So is
Shane
Bruce.
is into the pits, as you said, Bruce and Blades as well. So this is the early stop then. Shane is out, set of mediums on his car. Bruce has gone for a set of mediums, and Blades a set of mediums.
It's
Right.
Close.
Certainly is. Let's watch this delta then to the leaders. Sleeves goes through.
Oh,
That's
Zed was tired.
That blank curve. And we've got a safety
it's a
car.
safety car. What
and
terrible
those
timing.
three, there'll be some voodoo curses uttered tonight from those three drivers, because that is now a free pit stop for the leaders.
You say that though, only for Jack and Sneaky Tom. I can't see the guys already on the mediums actually doing anything else, because they're probably going to have to go on the hards.
Yeah, but the hards around here aren't the worst tyre in the world. And it would mean that they don't have to stop again. They can just go at the end, whereas someone else... oh dear.
I know.
He's finally done it. He's finally got one. Yeah, someone who's going to stop now for a set of mediums is going to be stuck potentially in a two-stop or a very, very long stint one-stop strategy. As we see Jack Hawke pit from the lead of the race, let's see what he goes to. It's going to be a set of mediums for him. Sneaky Tom is in, and Luke is in as well. So unless Luke's going to go for the two-stop now and onto a set of softs, which he's not, he's going to go for a set of hards. Ferrari choosing to stack as well, which is going to cost Raceway JJ a bit of time. He's going to the soft tyre, Raceway JJ. Interesting call there. So he's going for a two-stop. He does. Well, it'll probably be soft medium from here, I would have thought. But I would expect most of the drivers to pit. In fact, I think they're all going to have pitted apart from Varda, who is using the opportunity to get some track position back after his early whoopsie. So let's take the opportunity then to take stock of where we are and what we can look forward to as we progress through the next 20 laps or so. We've got Jack Hawke out front, leading the way in the Red Bull. Has led from pole position and is still there. Sneaky Tom in second place, took it off the start and has stayed put. Shane as well has always been in that fight. Bruce, who was in second place in qualifying, dropping down to fifth with his couple of accidents. And then Luke, crucially, having started 13th, he's now up to fourth place and he's clear to the finish. He does not have to stop again. We saw him do something very similar to this in... now then, where was it? Was it Portugal last week where he put the hard tyres on and then sort of...
Yes, he did.
We all... Well, I think it was me mainly who said it was the wrong call. And then he went and proved me wrong and managed to the whole pack make his way towards the finish.
Mm-hmm.
And get himself, I think it was a podium finish in the end.
Sorry, I'm not giving this my undivided attention. I'm not going to be brutally honest.
I know what you're looking at.
It's very end to end at the moment. I can't. Whilst there's a safety car here, I'm going to take the opportunity.
It's fine. I'll do things. You just enjoy your team game. Listen, everybody. If you pay attention, you might hear Matt have a minor cardiac. Or
I am now.
a coronary or something. I don't know. Oh, I know why. You've had a minor incident. That was very close, wasn't it? Oh dear. I do like it when I can do this to you. It's very
Oh,
funny.
it's off the post! Sorry! For God's
If you would
sake.
like to support a Matt in need when he watches Arsenal play, you can donate to us using the link in the description below. Your money will go to provide him with strong beer and Panadol
Oh,
to ease the suffering.
getting a beer off this regardless.
So I would imagine we're going to see the safety car coming in this lap. The field is
Good.
back together. We'll go back to what we're
Help with my
supposed to be doing.
sanity.
Sector 2 split is coming up, so we can see if that is going to be the case. Indeed it is. A safety car is in this lap.
Come on, EU4, provide me with some comfortable entertainment.
I do believe my microphone has done, my controller even has done that thing where it locks itself in a particular button press. Jack Hawkey's gone early. We'll wait until this is over for me to reset that, as we won't want to miss the restart. Sneaky Tom has gone with him. This could be very close down towards turn 1. Aston Martin right, tucked into the gearbox of the Red Bull, pulls out to the inside. Jack Hawkey's got nowhere to go. It's going to be last of the late breakers. Sneaky Tom on the inside. Jack Hawkey's going to be squeezed surely through turns 2 and 3, but he manages to hold the lead for the time being. Takes the defensive line on the run up to 4 as Sneaky Tom tries to go around the outside of him.
Blaze Thought down the inside of Bruce. And Slaughter and Capture Silver had a little coming together.
Have they done it?
Reflux. Rack's gone.
Yep, both Mercedes
Smithy's
out of the
round
race.
as well.
Yeah, on the exit of turn 4, that could be another safety car. Potentially a VSC. I think, though, we're going to get away with nothing there.
That is... A lot of things happen after 8th or 9th downwards.
We've got a spinner. That's Cacho at turn 8 on the exit. We'll put the power down a little bit too quickly. Sorry, I'm only watching Jack Hawkey. My controller is busted, but I can fix it in but a moment. Just waiting for the field to spread out a little bit more so we don't miss anything. Right, I'm going to go for it now. Stand by, everybody.
Sorry, JJ's going to get it done on blades. Here we go, down the inside on the soft tyre.
Alright, I'm back.
A better traction out of that corner, maybe. Well, he can let JJ go if he wants to. He's going to try and go around the outside and switch back underneath. Thomas may be proud if he could put it off. Not quite.
Not going to happen for him there. Smithy and Slaughter into the pits. Cacho Silva follows them in.
Reflux and Sleeves are forming a 2x2 formation, and Sleeves loses out, and he's the one on the medium tyre. Dan Hilton goes around the outside and gives the position back. I think he feels he overtook him off track.
Fair running from the Haas. So the man I'm looking at the moment is Varda. Because...
Oh, Camping Ducks has got massively tail happy before blank curve and has managed to somehow save it, but has lost all important time to the Aston Martin in front. We see Blades now hunting for
P6 from Raceway JJ. As our race leader sets a new fastest lap with a 1 minute 30. I think it was 1 minute 30 dead, wasn't it? Indeed it was, 1 minute 30 dead. So, as I was saying, the man I'm looking at right now is Varda because he's on 10 lap old tyres. He's the barometer that we can base the rest of this running off, assuming we've got no more safety cars to come. we see
See
Luke
four,
and
you presume wrong.
Luke and Bruce going side by side through turn 4. So Varda currently is at 30% wear, roughly, on 10 lap old tyres, and bearing in mind that 2 of those laps were under a safety car. Jack Hawkey needs to do 20 laps on his tyres, and indeed is already at between 10 and 12%. I think he has to stop again. I think everybody has to stop again, with the exception of Luke, Reflux, and Smithy.
Well then, should be interesting, to say the least.
Luke at the moment, though, is
case.
a massive cork in the bottle, and he would do himself a service to probably let both Bruce and Raceway go. So we've got another spinner at blank curve. That, I believe, is Reflux. As we see a change of second place, Shane taking the position away from Sneaky Tom. And Bruce has managed to get ahead of Luke, who I believe will now let his teammate go, but he needs to be careful so as to not... Oh no, he's going to challenge him back for P4 and takes it. Bruce is going to try and switch back underneath and push it through turn 5. He's going to take it through turn 5, but Luke's not having any of it. Come on, lads, you're costing yourselves time here and chances of victory. Bruce down the inside of turn 8. JJ trying to capitalise on all of this.
He's just sitting there at the back. He's ready to pounce. Look at him.
Neither of them want to give up that position. And crucially, Luke's the one with DRS. So now Bruce is going to come under pressure from Raceway JJ, who's going to try around the outside of turn 10. 11 even. And I think he's going to take that into blank curve. Indeed he is. The Ferrari's working well together. And Blades has capitalised on the stricken Haas as well. The Aston taking P6.
Just about.
Oh, that's wing damage for the Haas. He's gone into the back of Blades. And comes into the pits. That'll be a new front wing and probably a set of hard tyres to the finish.
Oh, God's sake.
Oh.
He's just hit an absolute worldie. Anyway, moving up.
Fun times for you, Matt. As we said, Bruce then now out on fresh set of mediums for him, so he's going to go to the end on those tyres from here. That'll be 15 laps worth of running.
Oh yeah, because he's on the softs money for qualifying, so didn't need to go on hards.
Oh yes, I've got Damari Gray, my fantasy team.
So have I.
Every cloud. Blades then has managed to clear Luke. Raceway JJ has been allowed to try and push on by his teammate. Well, I think it's too little too late, to be brutally honest with you. Well, softs will have burnt out a little bit by now.
Well, considering they were boxing, what, after lap 6 or 7? I know the fuel's gone a little bit lighter, but I don't think there's going to be that much difference between the start of the race and now, as we're about halfway through.
We are. We've gone over half race distance now. Jack Hawkey leads the way then from Shane in second place. Sneaky Tom keeping him honest in third. Raceway JJ, the man we're watching right now, in fourth. Pure Blades in fifth, and Luke in sixth place. Camping Ducks is then 4.3 seconds back in seventh, with Varda eighth, Dan Hilton ninth, and Sleeves in 10th. Bruce, or Fake Scouser as he's now changed his name to, is in 11th, but he has made an extra pit stop. So keep an eye out for him as we move into the latter stages. Slaughter, Reflux and Catch Silver bringing up the tail end of the still active runners. Then you've got Smithy, Rack and JRN who have all retired, and Shane's gone as well inside of turn 11, and we've got a safety car. Now this changes things completely for the front runners. What do you do now if you're one of the leaders? If you're Jack Hawkey, let's go and see what he does.
If I'm all of them, I'm boxing to mediums to the end.
Yep, you would box. I would box to mediums until the end. Or does Luke carry on and get track position?
Oh, Blades is low! He's gonna carry on!
He's going for it! He's going for it! He's going for it! He's popped her out! Here he is!
He's the only one to...
Oh no, we like a gamble. Luke going for soft tyres. And what I spoke about earlier with him getting in his own head, thinking he's got to try and beat Jack Hawkey, I think he's just done that. That
Bold would be an understatement.
He's gonna have to look after them like they're made of glass or something until the safety car comes in, if he's going to have any chance of making it to the end on them and still being competitive. His teammate has gone onto the meet. It's almost as if Ferrari got the tyre strategies the wrong way around there. I don't think Luke can make it to the end of this race on a set of soft tyres having done 12 laps on them, even with 2 or 3 behind a safety car.
Oh, I'm so glad he has just not scored. That is a worldly save. You have a look in a minute.
Is this T-Rex or...
No.
4 relegations in 3 seasons?
No, just Aaron Ramsdale. Don't know who this 4 relegations in 3 seasons.
No, it's only Alex Iwobi. It's not that good.
It's Alex Iwobi, though. It's £35 million, Alex Iwobi.
Yeah, well... Catcher Silver's retired under the safety car. He's lost it on the exit of turn 7. That's one of those you don't want to look and watch back, isn't it?
Let's move on. Also notice how Sleeves is also on mediums 8 laps longer as well. So
Sleeves has tried to capitalise, hasn't he? To be fair, from where Sleeves was at the time, it's worth the gamble. Blades, I think, has potentially cost himself a chance at quite a good finish, but he's definitely given Sneaky Tom the chance to really push Jack Hawkey now.
I don't want to talk about it. Sorry, you have my undivided attention now for the last 12 laps.
Oh, that's fine now.
How's he missed? How has he missed?
How was who missed?
Those that called him a boomerang.
Ah. The P.
Yeah.
Safety car, I would imagine, is going to come in this lap.
Yes, I would think so as well.
Indeed it does. Let's jump on board with Blades then. So, looking at the tyres quickly before we get rid of them. Everybody on the mediums apart from Luke, who is on softs, and everybody on relatively fresh tyres with the exception of Blades, our race leader, and Sleeves in P4 who took the opportunity.
And I'm pretty sure we've had a collision at the back.
We have Dan Hilton and Reflux, I believe.
Look. It was Varda.
Oh, that's a good restart from Blades, but Sneaky Tom's going to have to give that position back. They weren't quite in sync. So Jack Hawkey's going to hold on to second place. Sneaky Tom had a brilliant reaction to Blades going, but the Red Bull didn't. Sneaky Tom passed him before the timing line, which of course it would be an illegal overtake and a 5-second penalty. Smartly though, gave that position back. Down the order though, Bruce passed Sleeves already. Luke, crucially, up to 4th already, past Camping Docks. On the charge as he is right now. He can see his championship rival ahead of him. Problem he's going to have is, one, he's got to get past, and then he's got to stay there. We'll see how that goes as we carry on.
Oh, Sleeves off.
Yeah, at turn 8, and that's his gamble has not paid off. Blades, though, doing a job at the front of the pack right now. We've seen him with one brilliant performance this year. That was the opening round in Australia. He managed to get himself into 3rd. By actually doing some practice beforehand, he's done the same tonight, and he's currently leading the race with a valiant effort, it has to be said.
Crucially as well, there's a gap developing as well. Camping Duck seems to be the cork in the bottle, so
yeah,
the top 4
have paced out somewhat.
Yes.
And that plays into Luke's hands. He's not going to be under pressure from behind. He's not going to have to defend. He can use the tyres as he wants to. As we see Sneaky Tom going for a lunge on his own teammate.
The Blades is going to fight back here and get the lead back off Jack Hawkey.
He's going to try it, isn't he? Up the inside of turn 4. He's going to force him wide and try and take it for 5, but not going to happen. Oh, there's a concertina and a collision there between Blades, Tom and Luke. Luke's going for it down the inside of turn 8 though. That's a bold move, as we said earlier. Can he pull it off on the traction? He can, but he's going to be under pressure.
He's in an Aston Martin sandwich.
He is, yes. Some mouldy bread and some prime looking jam.
It's an interesting analogy.
I was going with green there, you know. I could have gone with something more middle class, but I didn't think it would be appreciated.
No.
Oh, Sneaky Tom trying to dive down the inside there of turn 13. That is very bold. Luke's tyres.
Just going to run into the back of Blades there.
Do you know the interesting thing here? Jack Hawkey's tyres are the same, roughly, right now anyway, the same percentage worn as Luke's. As we see, Luke wanted to go late to get DRS to escape from Blades on the run to turn 4. That's the gamesmanship, the interpersonal tactics, and you can see there the rear wing opens on the Ferrari to allow him to defend his position without using up a lot of that battery. And now he can hunt down Jack Hawkey. Fastest first sector for Luke as well.
The interesting thing also was that gap they had between themselves and Camping Ducks, because they were basically fighting, squabbling over P2.
It's now gone, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's now a DRS train down to Varda in 8th.
Yeah, and I think Luke will break that DRS train if he gets a good run through the final sector. Blades is tired. I'll be honest, I think Blades has made a bit of an error not allowing Sneaky Tom to go on and try and attack Jack Hawkey with fresh tyres once he got through. It's pure stubbornness on his part from now. Your teammate is behind you and clearly faster on fresher tyres. Why are you not just letting the guy go? and do what he's clearly capable of doing. But I think they will allow that now, and they will swap positions. Indeed, they do. Luke with the new fastest lap with the 29.8 as we start lap 22 of 29.
Bruce has got a penalty.
Looking at the penalties then, let's pull them up. So we've got 3 seconds for Bruce Reflux Slaughter, 6 seconds for Camping Ducks at Sleeves, 5 seconds for Varda, and then 11 seconds for Dan Hilton at the moment.
That was for their 5 seconds for both Varda and Dan Hilton's for their misdemeanors under the safety car. So
Indeed it was.
Theoretically it could be 0 and 6, but
I'm
sure we'll find out later.
This is where the race goes into a crucial phase for the two championship rivals. Leading the way at the moment, 1.5 seconds between them. This is where Luke's tyres are going to start to fall off the cliff a bit.
Yeah, apologies to cut you off there, mate, but Jack seems to be having to, well, he's concerned, evidently, because he's got no ERS left.
That might be why, 29.2.
He's concerned by Luke's pace.
29.2 for him as we see Bruce go down the inside of Blades for 4th place, but the Aston should be able to hold that.
Does, but Bruce hasn't got really any ERS left, but neither the Blades. But both have DRS, so that's an interesting tangle.
Blades now is acting as the rear gunner for his teammate, of course, and they'll want to secure that podium for the team. It's going to be a great haul of points for them if it stays like this.
How often have we said that this year? Great haul of points for Aston Martin in the EU4. Not been often.
Meanwhile, up front, Jack Hawkey's had a torrid first sector. Luke is now inside DRS range. He has it. He's already got that wing open to close in on the Red Bull. Things are getting tasty now.
Aston Martin will equal their highest point scoring finish, which is, actually no, will surpass it. They're on to surpass it. Since Sneaky Tom's win in Hungary.
Yes, well, they're going to match it now, aren't they, I think? With Blades dropping behind Bruce?
Yes, sorry. Well, on penalties, no. But yes.
Well, yes. Well spotted. Very good what he said. Could see a move here from Raceway JJ on Camping Docks. Not quite close enough. Varda in attendance there as well. Luke, though, look where he is now. Has Jack Hawkey got a problem, do you think? Or is he just trying to save up the battery?
He's got 13%, so...
So no. Is he in trouble? Is he just looking after the tyres, maybe? Knowing that Luke's will drop away at some point.
Well, that's the thing. Luke knows he's got to do it. He's got to do it, like, within the next 2 laps, because he's not going to have anything left.
Well, that's the thing with Luke, though. I'm not sure where he wants to put himself. I mean, obviously he wants to win the race, but is he better off making an overtake, or is he better off just sitting with him and seeing if he can nurse the tyres to a point to
I don't
attack him
think sitting with him's going to... Well, we can't sit with him like this.
Oh, Blades, no! Safety
car as well.
No, we're going to have a sprint to the finish now.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure whose hands this plays into more.
Jack stays out. Luke fakes to go in.
It stays out with him. Oh.
Tom stays out. Bruce goes in. Camping Ducks. If I'm someone like Reflux and Dan Hilton, I would just go for it.
Oh, Dan Hilton's got nothing to lose because his teammate's in the pits, so he might as well take it. which he has done, up to P5 now. Just, it's going so well for Blades. You know, me and him have a strained relationship at times, but I'm genuinely disappointed for him there.
I'm not disappointed, I'm gutted. Disappointed sounds like I'm disappointed that he's failed miserably, but
well,
he kind of hasn't.
You do you. No, he was driving superbly.
My question would be, where has this been?
Imagine where you'd be in the championship now, Blades, honestly. Big Neek. So let's look at tyres then. So the top 5 have stayed out. Varda's stayed out. Either that or he's been back in and put an old set of tyres on. Let's have a look. Actually, I can tell you if he's done that. He did. He has pitted for an old scrubbed set of tyres, which I would imagine is not what he wanted to do. We'll see if anything happens with that as we crack on. Now, Luke has managed to look after those tyres superbly on that lap. But I don't think he's going to have enough when this safety car comes in, because it's going to come in this time round. Assuming that no one tries to cycle, and the two at the back there of Slaughter and Sleeves catch up. Oh, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? Why? I'm going to be asking Luke about the choice of softs when he put them on, and then indeed why he didn't come in again. He's put on a fresh set. Or rather, a fresher set. He had one. Four laps to go then, including the one we're on. Safety car is out for the second time. And our race leaders are our championship leaders. They are equal on points. 199 points apiece.
And aren't we in the Middle East as well? God, this is very fitting, isn't it, really?
Of course, when we raced here, really, we saw the Red Bull come out second best. Will virtual replicate real life and see a Red Bull lose out? Obviously not to a Mercedes in this case, but to a Ferrari. Or will it see Red Bull triumph? Only time will tell. The field is back together, so I would expect to see the lights on the safety car go out. Indeed,
and we're going to have 3 laps. And the last lap will be DRS, crucially.
Yes. So, tyre wear then. Let's look at the figures. Jack Hawkey at the front, 30% all round. Luke, 45% all round. Remember, he's on those old tyres.
Those 2 at the front, actually those 3 at the front that haven't got any penalties, will be hoping that Camping Ducks and Dan Hilton can provide a safety buffer.
Yeah, and Jack Hawkey's gone very early and left them all standing. Sneaky Tom again got a good reaction, but has had to relinquish the place, but takes it back from Luke, and Camping Ducks storms down the inside of turn 1. This is why if I was Luke, we've got cars going off everywhere.
Camping Ducks is off, in fact.
Yeah, Camping Ducks is off. It was tangling with Luke, I think.
Raceway JJ. Slaughter is still stuck behind. Sleeves and Varda through turn 7.
Dan Hilton taken by Slaughter at the hairpin of turn 8.
Not
I've got
had
to
a
be
good
honest.
restart, but that's kind of was expected.
Luke's got wing damage now.
Thomas going to fight back. He's definitely going to fight back. Oh, I'm not through here, boys. Please think about this.
Side by side through blank curve. And it's the Haas that takes it with those fresh soft tyres. And now he can go hunting after our race leader. As Sleeves retires. There won't
Everybody
be
gets points.
Is there going to be another safety car at this point? I don't think so.
No, it can't be.
Sleeves then retires. He will be classified.
In 11th place. 3 wide here into turn 1. This could get a bit messy. Or 4 wide. Slaughter's thinking about it as well.
We are 4 wide. Raceway JJ goes for it. He's going to get the position. Luke's got to try and defend that damage, not helping him. Reflux with some as well from that foray, that battle into turns 1, 2 and 3. And Luke then is going to hold on to 5th. Oh, we've lost the other McLaren. Slaughter's round. Yeah, I'm aware at the front.
Yeah.
Bruce right on the back of Jack Hawkey. Fresh soft tyres, paying dividends.
He's got to overtake him into 11.
No, I'd wait for turn 1. Wait for turn 1.
No, because then he's got to get the gap. He's got to get a gap.
Oh, good point. We forgot about the gap penalty. 3 seconds then for Bruce.
He's been quick, but he needs the gap.
Yeah, Jack Hawkey's clear of warnings as well, so he does have to make it. You can't force him into an error. See what we can do. Luke, with those 3 seconds, has got to try and hold off Reflux. He can afford to let Dan Hilton through. Varda, though, crucially in that window.
Varda could jump 3 positions here.
He could, yeah. Bruce going for it around the outside of turn 1. The soft tyres working brilliantly. Takes that position, so he's got...
And DRS, crucially.
Yeah, he's got 12 corners to make that gap 3 seconds. It's going to be a very, very tough ask for him to do that. But you never know.
Reflux side by side. That was through turn 3. There's 9 temps.
Yeah, it's a tough ask. He might just do it. He's outside of DRS of Jack Hawkey. Where does Jack have it though? That's the thing. He's got it on this straight, which he does. That might be the nail in the coffin. That last DRS straight holds the gap at 1.1.
He's going to get up to about 2 seconds.
I reckon he might get 2.5. You know, if he gets a good exit here. She does. That's a great line there through 12. Through the final corner, he needs a mistake from the Red Bull, which is not going to happen. Bruce takes it on the line, but Jack Hawkey will take it on penalties. Raceway JJ will come on 4th with Sneaky Tom in 3rd. Can Luke hold on to 5th? No, Varda's going to jump them all, like we said he would. Into 5th place for the Alfa Romeo. Luke drops to 6th. Reflux 7th. Slaughter in 8th after that late spin. Dan Hilton 9th for 2 brilliant points. And Camping Ducks will take 10th and the final championship point. The one question I've got though, why did Luke not stop for another set of softs? He would only have had Jack Hawkey and Sneaky Tom to overtake. And they would have been on old tyres. He would have had no worries from behind him.
Hindsight is a wonderful thing, but yeah, you are correct.
If he was on the mediums the same as Jack, I could have got it, but not on the softs. It's just it's what we said earlier on. I think he's got himself in his own head. Thinking that the only way he can beat Jack is to do something different, when in reality, we saw today, Jack is a deserving winner, but he did not have the pace we've seen in recent weeks. It was an opportunity here for someone else to do some damage to that unrelenting Welsh powerhouse of EU4.
It reminds me a bit of EU3 sometimes, with obviously Jamie James dominating. But I said this the other week, and I think a couple were in agreement. Sometimes people just trip over each other, and I think that's one of those races where the guys had Jack didn't have the outright pace as such in the race, but yet everyone else seemed to trip over each other, which.
So there's a couple of moments that you can think back as to being quite important. I think there was a mistake from Luke in qualifying in not trying to get further up the pack. Blades not allowing Sneaky Tom through. And then at the end, Luke not stopping for another set of softs.
I would say Blades had every right to fight for that position, because he didn't have any penalties.
Yeah, but he has every right to fight for the position, but if he'd let Sneaky Tom go, there's a chance that Sneaky Tom could have won that race.
Well, hindsight is a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Yeah, and it is easy enough to say it when we're sat watching the whole thing.
Yeah, we're not racing.
Yeah, not taking part in it live. But that's what we're here to do.
We are here to stir the pot.
What I will say though is that unfortunately I have no time for interviews this week.
Why?
I mean, if you want to get them in and go for them, you do that thing, man. But
can we do a 60-second interview?
Yeah, go for it. Let's do the 60 seconds. Yeah.
Alright, let's find them first. So I need who? Who do I need?
You've convinced me. Mr. Hawkey, Mr. Bruce, and Mr. Tom. So whilst Matt is finding those people, we can take a look at our winning Red Bull, rather, and I can tell you about our partnerships that I mentioned earlier for any of you who missed it. We have 4 business partnerships with Constance of Speed, which we are very proud to be a part of and are pleased to share them with you. They are with NordVPN, digitalmotorsport.com, Fanatec and SimLabs. And you can find exclusive offers and information on our Discord server and website. So, first man is here. Let's start with him, P3. Sneaky Tom, talk us through the race.
Oh yeah, my start was phenomenal. Immediately went up into P2, so yeah, great start, and from there on just get my car on the podium spots and managed to get it home as well, so yeah, pretty happy with that.
Yeah. Was there, I'm trying to stir up some trouble, was there any point where you and your teammate were holding each other up? Potentially after that first restart, maybe.
Yeah, and it was a bit tricky, to be honest, with him in front of us with all tires. So I was a little bit frustrated because he was holding me up, and the cars from behind were catching up as well. But yeah, I managed to get past him, and then he caused a safety car. So yeah, it was really big trouble after that. But you know.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah. So, congratulations, mate. Well done on P3.
Yeah, thanks.
And all the best for next time out.
There's no Bruce, so
there's no Bruce.
Straight on to Jack.
Ooh. Come on, then.
What?
Just tell us it was easy.
It wasn't easy.
It was.
Are you sweaty?
No, just like my plan was one stop. I did a practice race. Don't know how I did it, but it was doable. Soft pit lap 12, and medium to the end. But so many safety cars again, and thank God Bruce had that pen. Otherwise, yeah, it would have cost me the win again. But yeah, it's a good race to be fair.
How relieved were you with the second safety car? With Luke closing in?
I was pretty gutted, to be honest, because I was obviously thinking about pitting for softs at the end, but I was thinking track position is probably the most important thing right now. But I knew he was catching me, but I know how quick the softs go off around here, so the last 3 laps his tyres would have been creamed. I would have got back past him if he got past me in the first place, I think. Yeah, they just go off way too quick around here.
Fair enough. But, with the exception of Bruce, I don't think there was anyone who really challenged you. Although we did think that you were struggling for pace a little bit in the middle of the race.
Yeah, the middle stint definitely. I couldn't pull away from Shane. Don't know what the hell happened to him. Out of nowhere, he just retired. But he had good pace around here, to be fair. So yeah, I think on the mediums I wasn't as quick as I was on the softs.
Shane spun, by the way.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of people spun at turn 11. Which, yeah, it's not one that I've seen people lose it at before. It's normally 12 where they go. But
I had a good battle with Sneaky Tom though. After the first safety car, he completely smashed it. He knew exactly when I was going to take off, and I thought he was going to get me to turn 1.
Yeah, to be honest, Tom, your restarts were brilliant. Like you managed to catch it both times, and then both times you had to give the position back.
Yeah. I mean, my restarts were quite good, but then when I was a P3, I had to hold back, just like with the Ferrari, and I don't know which car it was in the second safety car, but yeah. But with the Red Bull in front of me, it was pretty close, but really fun as well. So
that's the main thing, as long as you've all enjoyed yourselves. But, congratulations on your podium finishes, guys, on your win, Mr. Jack. We look forward to seeing everybody next week when we go racing for, I want to say, the final time in 2021.
It is the final time in 2021. We are going to be at we're going to be at Mexico.
Excellent. For round 18. And then we'll be going for our winter break. But I think it's time that we can make a couple of announcements as well. There will be events happening over Christmas. Fret not. We're not going away permanently. And we'll be back on the 6th of... Well, we'll be back on the 3rd of January. That first week for Imola. You can also tune in and watch our COS esports team race in the 24 Hours of F1 charity event that's taking place on the 18th of December. So that's the 17th and into the 18th of December. And you can find information about that on social medias, etc. So, with that being said then, all that's left to say is thank you all at home very much for watching. We hope you have enjoyed the show. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're watching this back on YouTube, and follow if you're watching live on Twitch. We'll see you all again next week for round 18 in Mexico. Good night.